Half hour with the race for the mayor of Detroit. Our exclusive WXYZ Free Press poll shows Mike Duggan with 49% to 25% for Benny Napoleon.
Editorial Director Chuck Stokes is here now to explain to you what this all means. And Chuck, you still have several weeks to go, about 6 weeks or so until the election. So what is this? This is a snapshot. What does this tell you?
And that's a good way to put it. It's a snapshot. Yeah. It's not over until the fat lady sings, right, as they say. Right. But it should be a wake-up call to Benny Napoleon's campaign, that he has a lot of work to do. He has to put his track shoes on to try to catch Duggan. Can he do it? We'll find out. I do not recall a candidate for mayor leading by this big of a margin anytime soon. It has to go back to probably one of the Coleman Young campaigns when Coleman was an incumbent.
And what is the margin? 2-1, right?
It's 2-1. Yeah. It's a huge margin.
Talk about what you found in the numbers, Chuck, that you think that made Duggan come out so much higher than Napoleon did.
Well, I think Detroiters have shown in the past that if they like you and they trust you, regardless of your color, then they will give you a lot of support. Mike Duggan is doing very well among African-American voters. Benny Napoleon is doing well among African-American voters. So the traditional thing of color doesn't seem to be a real factor here if people are telling us the truth, that 78 and 80% factor that they put into our poll. Now, is there a little bit of lying going on here? Probably. You know, think back to when the whole affirmative action ban. Right. Remember how much they lied to the posters then, and things came out completely different. I don't think it's that huge because we still see in the numbers that Mike Duggan is doing very well among African-American voters. So a factor, but doesn't appear to be a huge factor at this point. People are more concerned about city services. Can you deliver? And right now they're trying to see which candidate will do the best job for them. But this race is not over yet by any stretch of the margin.
And there's some really telling facts in here, Chuck. When you talk about what people like about Mike Duggan, it says 18% his plan for Detroit, 16% his business experience, compared to Benny Napoleon, and his overwhelming majority is 20% say he's a product of Detroit.
Right. And
that shows lacking
for Detroiters, when it comes down to the end, that may be a key factor, the fact that he's a lifelong Detroiter. He didn't just recently move into the city of Detroit. But you're right, Mike Duggan's experience running the DMC, that seems to be resonating well with voters. He has this image of being a can-do type of person. Go in, bull in the china shop, get the job done. So that's working for him right now. But on the campaign trail, that's going to be challenged. It'll be challenged by the Napoleon people. They'll question his leadership at the DMC, who really benefited from that. They'll question when he was at with Wayne County and some of the deals that were done then. So we're going to see some examination, especially if they go side by side doing any type of debate.
It's going to be a busy 6 weeks ahead.
It will be, but
he's got a big
as they always say,
hill.
polls don't vote, people do. So people got to get out there and vote for either candidate.
You got it, Chuck. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Yes, some startling numbers about the city council races as well. You can find all this at our website at WXYZ.com. Head at 6, an exclusive poll about the future of Detroit. Find out if Detroiters think the city is heading in the right direction. And if Detroiters think city services will improve under that emergency manager. That's all next at 6.